welcome to Charlotte and Cardone with the NBC affiliate here. The Panthers obviously drafted you and liked you because you have the ability to cover big physical corners, of which there are receivers, of which there are a lot in your division. So, what are your thoughts on the challenge of covering Julio Jones and Mike Evans and some of the other guys that are going to be facing you guys twice a year?
Well, yeah, the division, has a lot of great receivers, big guys, like you said, and I match up well with big receivers, and just having an opportunity to go compete against a guy like Julio Jones, Antonio Brown, Mike Evans, Mike Thomas, is a blessing, and I'm excited and I'm ready.
All right, let's go to then JB Ricks and then Jonathan Alexander.
Hey, JC, JB Rich with Spectrum News One. Welcome, welcome to Charlotte. I believe the Panthers posted an interaction with you and Kyle Pitts last night after you both were drafted. I was hoping you could maybe give us some insight on the relationship you two have, playing in the same conference, and maybe looking forward to matching up with him. With him being with the Falcons and you being with the Panthers, I'm sure you two are going to cross paths more than once, or more than once or twice a year.
Oh yeah, so Kyle, I knew him in high school a little bit, just from recruiting and camps and stuff like that, and then being in the SEC in the same conference, we played each other every year. We was in college, and then also we got the same agent and we trained together, getting ready for our pro days, and just got a real good relationship. Good friends, talk a lot of trash. So as soon as after the draft, he had called me and was like, "Yeah, I hope you're ready." And I was telling him, "Yeah, I'm gonna lock that up." So just friendly competition, man, and I can't wait to compete against him, man. That's a real good friend of mine.
And I got one follow-up question, if you could. Thank you, Ryan. Jeremy Chin, what do you know about him and what he's been able to accomplish during his rookie season? Have you two been in contact with each other yet? And what is it going to be like playing with him?
Not yet, not yet. And Jeremy Chin, a great player. I watched him last year play and dominate early as a rookie. So one thing a corner needs is a great safety over top, and that make every corner comfortable. So I'm just blessed to be on the same team as him.
Thanks and congratulations.
Appreciate you.
Hey JC, Jonathan Alexander, Charlottesville. Hope you're doing well, man, and congratulations again.
Appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. A lot of people we've spoken with say, you're super competitive. I'm wondering what influences that. Where did that come from? And also, other than football, what else are you competitive in? I know you play basketball as well.
Well, for your first question, just I feel like the way I grew up, the way my dad raised me, growing up with a lot of siblings, cousins, there's a lot of competing, a lot of fighting going on, and also just growing up in the Atlanta area. It's a real big sports state and a lot of competing going on for me since a young age. And for your second question, I compete in everything. I don't like to lose at anything, so my mom tell me sometimes I take stuff too serious, but I know it just comes with it.
All right, Bridget Condon, then let's go to David.
Hey, JC, Bridget Condon from the ABC affiliate in Raleigh. Last night, the Panthers put out the video of Matt Rule calling you, and he expressed how he talked with you the night before and said, "I told you, man, I told you we were going to take you." What was your relationship with him leading up to them calling you? And do you feel like you guys kind of connected more so than maybe other coaches?
Yeah, it was just a good vibe with Coach Rule. Just like he was a former college coach, so just talking to him, man, it was a good vibe. He wasn't as uptight as some of the other head coaches I talked to. And just talking to him before the draft, the night before, he just told me like what he thought of me as a player. And he would be excited to add me to the team. So I wasn't 100% sure. I would have been a lot more calm, but I was excited when I got the call, and I was praying to be in Carolina, close to home, and everything lined up. So I'm just glad to be here and ready to play.
Real quick, one follow up. What do you want Carolina Panthers fans to know about Jaycee Horn?
They're just gonna get a guy who's gonna go out there and play with passion. Give his all to Panther Nation, and just pray for the best outcome. But I'm definitely gonna give it my all.
Hey, JC, David Newton, ESPN.com. Welcome to Charlotte. Like the outfit, by the way.
Appreciate it.
Can you give me some examples? How about your edge? Any examples of coaches or anybody who helped you develop that edge at such an early age? Because a lot
Like I said, just goes back to my dad. How he raised me. He wasn't a coach of mine. Well, he coached me for 1 year, but just the way I was raised, the little league team I played on, we did a lot of hitting every practice, a lot of competing. And like I said, growing up in Atlanta, especially being Joe Horn's son, you gotta have some type of dog because everybody at your neck. So all of those things I feel like played a factor into me developing the mentality I have today.
And speaking of your dad, he wasn't really thrilled that all the attention last night seemed to go on the quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers, but you didn't get your due for it. I know that's a dad speaking, you can't
Yeah.
blame him for that. What did you think about him being a little ticked off about that? Is that a natural thing that you've experienced before?
Nah, that's just like you said. It's just a dad being a dad, man. My dad don't say much, and that if that's how he feels, how he feel. But me, I'm just ready to play football.
Did he let you know that? Did you get upset about it?
Oh no, I don't even look at it. He asked me this morning, like, you been watching ESPN? I said, nah, I ain't had time. But I'm sure he was watching it. It probably upset him a little bit.
We go to Elena Getzenberg and Joe Gorchuk, please.
Hey JC, Alina Getzenberg, Charlotte Observer. First, I'm curious, have you decided what number you're going to be wearing?
Not yet, not yet. We haven't decided on a number.
Down to a couple?
Nah, I haven't even looked at the open numbers. I'm gonna just see when they show me.
And then I was just curious, what have the past 24 hours kind of been like for you? Is this something you kind of, you've been dreaming of? Is it what you thought it would feel like? Or just what kind of emotions have you been going through?
It really didn't hit me last night. One of my close friends kept asking me, man, like, why you not as excited? But when I got here, I got in the city, I walked on the field, I shed a few tears just seeing, like, I finally made it to the NFL. I'm in a big stadium, seeing my face on a big board, and now I'm done with all that. I'm just ready to get to work.
Jaycee, Joe Gorchuk from WIS-TV in Columbia, South Carolina. Congratulations being selected by the Panthers. My question to you about your dad, what's one or two pieces of advice he's given you throughout this process to prepare you for this moment to become an NFL football player?
He gave me a lot of advice, but the two main things I would say, just first, never feeling like I know it all, keeping an empty cup and willing to learn from any and everybody in the building, learn from the vets, learn from the coaches, everybody, and then two, like recently, just telling me it's a business. You've been picked high, you got a job to go out there and do. It comes with a lot of weight, so make sure you prepare and train that way and be ready when the time comes.
Thank you, Jaycee. Best of luck.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Let's go to Joe Person and Mitch Brown, please.
Hey JC, Joe from The Athletic here in Charlotte. Good to see you. Wondering when you talked about kind of having had that dog being Joe Horn's son. Was there also the feeling where you kind of grew up around NFL locker rooms and training camps? Like, was this moment or the moments in high school or even with the Gamecocks, were they never going to be too big for you as a result of your upbringing?
Yeah, my dad kind of raised me that way, just to try to stay balanced, not get too high, not get too low. And yeah, I guess that's why I am the way I am. Just not, I don't get overly excited. I don't get too down on myself. I just try to stay consistent.
Were there ever any moments like, were you a ball boy? Did you do anything like that with the Saints or the Falcons over the years with your dad?
Nah, I didn't. I actually didn't go around the facility a lot. I remember going like one or two times, but not nothing where I was in there every day or being a ball boy or anything like that.
Hey JC, Mitch Brown, Watch Fox in Columbia, South Carolina. Obviously, your father forged his own path, but for you, just how important is it to you to continue the legacy, to create this legacy, keep it going for your family, and eventually pass this down?
It's really important. I'm not saying that in a way that it's pressure or anything, but I just feel like I got to go out there and make a name for myself. My dad already did what he had to do in the league, played a long, good career, and I want to come behind him and do the same thing. So I'm just ready to get to work. I would just say like tenacious. The way I play, just with an edge, like we talked about. And I think I'll get my dad. I think my size will get him. I'm a little bigger than him, stronger than him, so I think that'll put me over the top.
Hey, JC, Josh Klein with the Riot Report. Congratulations. Welcome to Charlotte.
Thank you.
I was wondering if you could tell us about the seatbelt celebration and where that came from and kind of what it means.
Just basically meaning you locked up. Anytime you giving a receiver a hard time. Actually, me and my former teammate Israel Mukwama was in practice, and we just kept saying seatbelt, and then we added a little celebration to it where you just act like you're strapping it across your chest after a PBU or something like that. And after I did it versus LSU, it took off. Like a lot of the high school kids in Georgia was doing it. Even some college guys are doing it, and it just became a little wave. So I hope to just keep it going.
Did you plan to bring that to Carolina?
Yeah, for sure. That's just a part of me. So I plan to keep it going.
Sheena Quick and Steven Toronto.
Hi, JC. First of all, congratulations. Welcome to Carolina.
Appreciate
I
you.
saw that you and Kyle Pitts were speaking or talking while you both were getting drafted. Can you talk about that experience, just the competitive relationship and the fact that you guys are going to continue that in the NFC South?
Oh yeah. Like I said, Kyle's a real good friend of mine. We train together, getting ready for pro days and the draft. And when he went to Atlanta, and I ended up here, he had called me. He was like, "Yeah, let's go." And I was telling him like, "Yeah, we gonna compete, we gonna battle." Just friendly trash talk. We do a lot of that. So I'm really excited and just ready to see how he do and how I do at both of our teams.
Hey, JC, Steven Toronto of the Riot Report. Nice to meet you. You're the latest member of the South Carolina Gamecocks to come and play for the Carolina Panthers. I think you and Dennis Daly might have been teammates at South Carolina.
Mhm.
Captain Marlin played at South Carolina. He played for the Panthers for a long time. Have you heard from either of those two yet, or have you had a pre-existing relationship with them?
Yeah, I talked to Dennis a lot, just here and there, and I definitely talked to him after the draft. Captain Munderland, I talked to him a little bit over social media. And he came down to my pro day to check me out, and then also Joe Charlton. He played with me too at Carolina. So I talked to all those guys after the draft.
And if I could squeeze a quick follow-up in, if I could, you said you haven't chosen a number yet. You had a tweet a couple weeks ago saying that you wanted 24 in the NFL. If I told you that 24 is available on the Panthers right now, what would you say?
It's a great number. It's definitely in mine. I'm gonna look at some of those single digits too, though. See how it work out. My brother was talking to me about it on the way over here, and changed my mind a little bit. So we'll see how it shake out.
All right, guys, we got to get JC out of here fairly quickly, so let's finish up with the last two questions to Brett Jensen, then end with John Alexander.
Hey, JC, thanks. And I apologize if this is delicate. If you don't want to answer, I'm totally fine with that. I would totally understand. We talk a lot about your dad and everything. Can you talk about some of the things that maybe your other family members, your grandparents, your mom, younger brother, some things that they helped instill in you as well?
Some of the same things actually. Just my mom, I would just say, just keep staying humble, no matter what. Just understanding that it can all be taken from you, and just to discipline. I couldn't come home with no C's, couldn't get in no trouble. She taking phones, games, any and everything. So I feel like that just helped me stay on top of my academics throughout high school and college and stay out of trouble. But really, just all of my family just pouring into me, and it takes a village. So I'm just blessed that they all helped me get here.
JC, Jonathan Alexander again. I'm just curious, each week you were often asked regarding your best receivers on
Hmm.
your teams, and I'm wondering what was it like to prepare, and how did you prepare for each of those matchups against Kyle Pitts and Elijah Moore and Devontae Smith and all of that? How did you approach it?
I kind of just approached it all the same. Just I don't treat any receiver different, or I don't prepare any more, any less. I just try to prepare to the utmost. Watch a lot of film, study releases, like route recognitions out of different sets. Whole bunch of stuff goes into it, and then just preparing, on the practice field, making sure my technique there, stuff like that. I try to do that week to week, no matter the name of the receiver or anything like that. I just try to be at my best every week.